everybody. I come back with another video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And don't forget to like this video and share it. I'm also today going to be doing a regular French tip, like a gel nail. So I'm going to start off with trimming the nail bed a little bit. This isn't the easiest thing to cut, but regular nails are easier than this. I have to grab my other scissors, which is completely fine. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to roughen up the nail. If this was my regular nails, I wouldn't use something this coarse. But this is a fake nail. It's not real. So I'm just going to roughen up the nail bed just a little bit and kind of straighten out that line right there. Just a tad, but it won't show. So I'm not too worried about it. Now the reason why you got to kind of roughen up the nail bed or the nail plate a little bit is because so the products can stick to the nail and adhere really good to the nail. You don't want anything popping up or lifting or anything like that. So it doesn't take that long doing an actual natural nail, but trying to file a fake nail is kind of a little bit challenginger. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put the tip on. And I've already chose the tip for this nail. I pre-measured and everything. And it is a size 1. I went with the biggest size. Because I feel like, and I've learned from all the other videos, the bigger the tip, the better. So excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, so now I'm going to glue the tip on. Which it is a little, it's hard to get tips to stick to the nail on a practice hand, by the way. I forgot to mention that in the other video too. So anyways, I hope that Hope this sticks. I hope you all are having a good night or day whenever y'all are watching this video. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes for it to dry because working with a nail that is not completely dried has a chance of popping off, which it might pop off anyway, so we'll just have to glue it right back on. Okay, I want to take my glue, and what I'm doing is just kind of sealing it, making sure it won't pop off. And then today I'm going to be using for the nail prep and clean, the let me back everything away for a minute. The dehydrator to dehydrate the nail. And I'm going to use my acid-free primer. Let me see. There we go. It focused. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the dehydrator. This is to dehydrate the nail so the product can apply better. You don't really have to put a whole lot of that. It usually covers the whole nail. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this, and this is the primer. Okay, so we are going to go in one more time with the cutters and cut this nail to the desired length. Let me see. Let's do this long. I think it's pretty. Looks like it's trying to lift off. We'll just glue it back on. It'll be fine. I usually twist the end of it. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so it's going to come off the actual nail stand. I'm just going to file this. Really good. The tip. And then there's some spots that I missed on the nail. You can see. I'm just going to kind of go in and kind of trim it up a little bit, because you don't want that showing. I think I'm out of view. Hold on. Let me adjust the camera again. Okay. So okay. So oh, I'm out of camera view again. Okay. Just want to make sure everything is smooth. on here. No sharp edges. Okay. I'm gonna file up there at the top. And I'm gonna also blend the tip in with the nail a little bit. Which also, this also helps the product stick to the tip as well. I don't always do that, but sometimes I will. Okay, now that that's on there like that, we're going to use our IBD hard gel. And just go in and I only got a little bit of it in the lid. Must have turned it upside down, but that's fine. It'll work just the same. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is get some gel on my brush, and then I'm gonna lay it right here in between the tip and the nail, and I'm just going to rock it back and forth real lightly. I'm gonna go up here. Now your first time doing this, which it will be a little chunky, just keep trying. And you'll get better. First time I did acrylics, it was a bit chunky. And after doing it for a little while, or working with acrylic, I got better. Which they say practice makes perfect. So, which is true. Let's see. I was actually thinking about doing some kind of design or something. Or painting the nail, because I don't know. I was going to do a plain nail, but I like bling or color or something. So, I don't know. I think I'll apply maybe some polish or something to it. And then again, I might just keep it plain. But, anywho. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop this in my UV lamp for 180 seconds. Oh, I'm gonna fix that. It fell on the ground. Now y'all can fast forward through the curing process if y'all would like, or if y'all would like to kind of hang out until the curing process gets complete. But I know how boring that can be, actually waiting on something. So I think that I found the color I'm going to use on the nail. I was going to do a plain nail, but I can't do plain Jane if you know me. So I'm thinking about this color. It looks kind of red on camera, but it's actually a bright pink. So it may be red. It kind of looks pink to me, but we'll see. So we're going to add a little bit more product to the nail, kind of building it up. Okay. And I'm just going to place this right in here and just kind of rock it side to side. Kind There's what it looks like. Okay. Now we're going to go back in and we're going to cure it one more time before we file a little bit. And then we're going to add the polish. I got a little bit of the gel on my file. How that happened, I have no idea. So, but it's alright. I can throw it away and start all over. So once again, if you're new here, please subscribe and like this channel. If you want to see more content like this, which I have a lot more nail videos to do, or lots of ideas planned, but we'll see. And also, I'm going to also add this in there too. I am not a professional. I kind of would like to go to school to do nails, but this is just a hobby that I enjoy doing, along with my animal videos. If you've seen the shorts that I've done with the animals, and I done a short earlier of the citrus trees, so you might want to check that out. Our trees are doing really good so far. Lots of new growth, lots of new blooms. So me and my mom are really excited about that. So we'll see. I can't wait to see the what is that called? The grapefruit tree. See how those do. I got that actually last year, and it had 5 big grapefruits on it from the box, so I was really excited to see those when coming to unboxing it and trying to get it ready to be potted. So, I mean, shipping, I would be surprised that the shipping didn't knock those off, so. But anyways, we already ate all those, and now we got the new blooms coming up, so. Anyways, back to what this video is actually about. And I'm just going to go in with my alcohol wipe. And clean the tacky layer off the nail. Okay. Like I said, I like to do this for fun, so. And I like to draw too. I might do a drawing video one day for y'all so y'all could see. But right now I'm going to go in and kind of buff it with my file a little bit. Kind of even it out the best I can. Where we add the polish. So since the polish is a gel, it'll stick better too. I learned that gel likes to stick to rough surfaces, so for anybody out there doing or learning how to do gel nails. Make sure the nail is rough a little bit. It doesn't have to be like real thin, but just enough for it to stick to. I've learned that it takes a little bit longer to go through the process of buffing, filing. But if you want your nails to last, don't skip the filing step. Okay, so roughen it up just a little bit more. Which actually you're evening out the gel if there's some bumps or anything in the... Like I said, these fingers don't want to stick or stay. Okay, that's what the nail looks like so far. After filing, now we're going to go in with some polish. It's the Beetles polish. I'm liking that, the Beetles. Now, on these polishes, on like a gel polish, or any kind of gel, anything, you're going to start out with a thin layer when you're applying it. And then cure that, otherwise it's gonna pop off on you. The color, it ain't gonna cure properly. So I find that it cures properly if it's a thin layer. The first or the second layer can be just a little thick, but not much. Actually, I don't even think it could even be a little thick, but sometimes I do make it just a tad bit thicker. And you want to go not all the way up to the cuticle, but just a little ways up there, because you don't want to flood your cuticle. And you want to cap the end. And if you're missing a spot, just grab that. Let me go up there just a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to cure that in my UV lamp. I think I might add a butterfly design or something since it's spring and summer. So, I think I might do that. Because the last design I did, nobody could see or hardly see it, so. I'm going to go ahead and try again on that. But I'm also going to go ahead and do another layer of polish to make sure there's no see-through spots and to kind of even it out just a little bit. And like I said, I've been doing nails for a while. Just haven't filmed anything. So, if you're not perfect starting out, don't worry about it. You'll get better as you go. Used to, I was so scared of not being perfect at it, but it really is trial and error. Y'all find out what works for y'all. At first, I was scared to do gel. I liked acrylic because that's what I started out with. But there's a hair. I'll get it in a minute. And now I kind of like the gel. I'm still trying to learn how to do the poly gel. I'm not really good when it comes to that. But still learning. It's a learning process. And school does help. Going to school but I self-taught myself over the years. And watching YouTube videos and learning how. Of somebody that already knows how to do nails. A nail professional that's been to school, and those that haven't been to school. So, and they both, the ones that haven't went to school, to me, in my eyes, they're just as good as somebody that hasn't, or that has went to school, sorry. So I think a lot of it is just learning and doing it on your own and getting used to it. Getting used to it and getting comfortable using an acrylic brush or a gel brush. So if you're new at doing this, don't worry. You might mess up a few times. I messed up too, and I still mess up while doing nails. So I'm not gonna be all like, well, I don't mess up, because I do. And when I do mess up, I go ahead and wear my designs anyways, especially if I'm doing my own nails and not using a fake nail. I'll usually just wear it anyways, because I mean, I worked really hard on it, even though it didn't turn out how I hoped. But usually the next time I do my nails, it usually gets better. So, like I said, I do have days where I mess up too, so don't be scared. But it's also fun too, when you get to use rhinestones, make designs. Add new colors. Use striping brushes. And making designs like butterflies and whatever design that you want. And it doesn't have to be butterfly, but unfortunately, since my last video, it was hard to see the butterfly. If you haven't seen that yet, go out and check that out. I think it still turned out pretty, even though the butterfly didn't really show very well. Okay, so And I like to go in and just fill in the lines. And I like to just do this. And then at the top, I like to do like a little antenna. Hold on. Like, and I also like to go in and do the other wing in behind the first wing. It's really thin, but that's all right. For the butterfly. So that's how it turned out today. Go ahead and fill that in. That's what I did so far. And then thinking about doing like a little flower or something. I'll do that down here. Because butterflies are always near flowers. So, oh, out of focus again. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Then I'm just drawing the petals. Okay. And of course, there's stamps out there too, if you didn't want to actually draw out like I'm doing. I do like to use stamps and stuff too. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what you prefer. So there's my little flower. And I use the LA Colors Art Deco striper polish. And I believe you can get those at your Dollar General, Walgreens, and the dollar store. So those are pretty cheap. And I think I might add a little bit color to the butterfly. maybe the flower. So I'm going to go in with like a red striper for the flower petals. And it's of the same brand as the black. It's also the LA Colors. And that's what I did so far. Just kind of went in and filled that in. And I think I'm going to keep the butterfly as is because I think it's really pretty. But anyways, I want to give that a few minutes to dry. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and blow on it to kind of help it dry faster. I don't know if that really helps, but and I'm just going to go in with my Gel Intense Seal. It's LED and UV top coat. So, and it also, what's the really cool thing about this is you do not have to use an alcohol pad after using this. So, but it has a mirror glass finish. And that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to cure this in the UV lamp for a few minutes. So this is what the nail looks like cured. And thank you for watching this video. And for my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to this channel. I hope you enjoyed this video.